Let's go, baby.
Oh, that sounds like Jake and Joel's music.
Hello, and welcome to the day.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joel. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel are Magic. We are going to talk about Commander Collection Green and what price you should be trying to acquire this at, or what's an acceptable price to acquire it at. But before we get into the information, if you would, go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10K subs by the end of the year, and it really helps us out.
It's the best way to support the channel with just the click of a button by becoming a subscriber. We're going to talk about Commander Collection Green today. We're going to talk about the premium version of it as well, the all foil version. What a product. Another lesson in FOMO. Ugh. Excellent cards, as we can expect. We have Worldy Tutor among many other really great cards.
Oh yeah, super excited for the product in and of itself. Let's jump over into this real fast. So I've got a setup on eBay right here. This, if you've ever seen an eBay video of ours, follows the same pattern. We've got buy it now. We've got price plus shipping lowest first. We have got Commander Collection Green MTG in our search bar. First options that are going to pop up are obviously our singles. We can kind of glance through this to see, what the singles prices are, because those are going to inform the box price, obviously. Seeing a lot of Seedborn Muses at about $12, Frailes at 15, Foil Seedborn up around the 20 mark, and then once we get up into the mid-20s higher, we're looking at Worldy Tutor. We're looking at this Foil Soul Ring Commander Collection Green for $30. We're looking at Omnath for $30. That's not even a foil one, I don't think. Then we getting up even higher. We're starting to see Sylvan Library with the special art, 45 non-foil, 50 non-foil. Here's a Worldy Tutor foil for 53, and then we're into the box prices. So, Jake, it looks like the cheapest right now on eBay that we can get this for is $75 shipped, non-foil.
Yeah, green, very popular color. Really good cards in here again. Worldly Tutor. I mean, this is a card that's needed a reprint for a long time. Another lesson in scarcity. And again, all of these cards, when given a foil multiplier, it's just kind of insane. The foil Soul Ring, the foil Command Tower, all of these cards, the foil Worldly Tutor. We've seen what happened to foil Enlightened Tutor in Eternal Masters. You have a card that's like $40 now non-foil. You get that foil multiplier on that new art Enlightened Tutor, and I think we're seeing the same kind of thing happen here. I do want to say this first and foremost for anybody who's just like here for the first bit of the video. Don't expect to get the foil version of this for any kind of reasonable price. Exclusivity of that product is so immense that it just doesn't really make sense to even try to chase the foil version of the product. So mostly we're just going to talk about the non-foil version of the product today, as that's what most local game stores are going to have.
I wanted to touch on it when you said foil multiplier is ridiculous, because that not only applies to the singles, but that applies to the product itself. Look, we're up into the $100. We're up into the hundreds here. Our foil Sylvan Library is up at $96 shipped. Sealed non-foil 98, sealed non-foil $100. Really preying on the FOMO here. You have to go to the second page to even start seeing some of the copies of our foil version. And Jake, it actually looks like even since we searched this up initially, they're being snapped up. When we saw it, here we go. Nope, this is still non-foil. Here we go. Okay, so this is the first foil version on sale on eBay. Buy it now, free shipping, $220.
Yeah, and again, Sylvan Library, Worldly Tutor, Soul Ring, Command Tower, it's all cards. They're themed around green. It's just another lesson in scarcity. And honestly, I don't have any sort of, if you're buying this product with the idea I'm going to keep it sealed, then great. But if you're buying this product with the intention of, I want to open this and I want to put these cards into decks, I just don't have the confidence that they're not going to be bent right out of the box. It's just been kind of like the whole theme of these secret layers. And with FTV products in the past, you could open this and it could just be bent just straight out of the packaging. So for me, I really like that they offer the non-foil alternative.
Yep.
Do I think $219.99 is a good price? Well, I don't know. They've kind of conditioned us with all of these overpriced products over the last couple years.
Anthologies and
the
From the
Masters
Vaults
products, the double Masters, the VIP stuff, all of the Secret Lair Ultimate Edition. It's all just kind of like moving the MTG product price threshold up a notch. It's like they're like, okay, we don't want to be known as like this like company that sells these boxes that are like $90. We want to be selling products that are like 200 minimum. And so for me, it's just kind of like I'm gonna hard pass on the foil. It just seems like another thing that's like, I don't know, maybe I'll kick myself in the future and go, wow, maybe I should have picked up that foil product. But what's to say they don't reprint these cards in some sort of secret layer? What's to say that Worldly Tutor doesn't pop up in the next Commander product? We always see Soul Ring and Command Tower reprinted into Oblivion. It's just like a new, different variant. So it kind of comes down to, is too many variants hurting us in the long run? Are too many choices actually detrimental to the collectability of the game?
So 2 points I want to make. One, about the scarcity in and of itself of the foil version of this product. And two, what Jake and I bought this product at. We did not buy the foil version of this product. We bought the non-foil from a local game store here near me. I'm in Massachusetts on the East Coast. Number
in
one,
LA,
the scarcity.
It will be impossible for me to find this.
Yeah, very possible. First, the scarcity of foil version. To get this product to begin with, and we're lucky because tonight we have a friend of the channel, Card Shop Reality, in chat, and they are a WPN store. So they are getting non-foil versions of Commander Collection Green. I saw in chat that Card Shop Reality is saying them as a card shop are acquiring this from their distributor for $26 a box. I would assume, Card Shop Reality, that you are being allocated a certain amount and you're being capped. That is what is true of. I was talking on the phone to my local game store here 2 days ago when I was putting in my pre-order. I saw them have an advertisement about it on Facebook. Thank you to Anthony in the Discord for cluing me into that. They were capped on the amount that they could purchase of the non-foil from their distributor. I'm not sure what price they were buying per box, but they are selling theirs for $50 a box, maximum 2 per customer. And that's only if you pre-order. It's going to be $60 a box if you don't pre-order. I got a pre-order in for Jake and I for 2 boxes, the max that I could buy. Going to ship his to LA, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive for him because he's got to pay for shipping. But at $50 a box, we thought that that was a price that we could acquire this at. Honestly, and Jake, we didn't really talk about this, but honestly, I don't think this was really greatly on either of our radars. I don't think that we were really committed to finding this product at a fantastic price and hunting it down. That opportunity just sort of fell in my lap to acquire it for $50, the non-foil version, and I said to myself, that's very worth it. I'll talk to Jake. He thought that's very worth it. I mean, I would say, we just went ahead and said, yes, we'll pre-order and get it.
Sure, and based off the current secondary market value, it's enough for me with the Sylvan Library and the Worldly Tutor to say that that is a good purchase for me. You know, these are cards that are going to take a hit in price, but also they're cards that all have new art as well. So they're going to have their own niche consumers that are going to want to acquire these specific cards, but they do offer a nice reprint for cards that desperately need reprints. I just think that the non-foils are going to make the most sense as far as, you know, the playability of the card when you put it in a sleeve, just straight up, and then also, you know, being able to acquire the product at a reasonable price. I think 74 is probably, you know, it's leading in a little bit into, I mean, clearly it's like scalper territory. You know, Card Shop is telling us that the LGS is getting these for 26 and they're trying to flip these for $50 profit each, you know, after the eBay fees and the PayPal fees.
I think there's a little bit of tough year built into that too.
Profit, so.
has been a tough year all over. Thank you for that subscription, esports. This has been a tough year all over, and so I think that you're going to see, like I said, my local game store is going to sell these for $60 if you didn't pre-order. They just want to make sure that they are guaranteeing themselves cash for their assets because of how tough the year has been. And so they're saying if you pre-order, we'll sell you 2 for $50, and they're pretty sure that anybody's going to buy 2 at that price. Most people are going to buy 2 at that price. I personally am a mostly buy for my own personal collector with MTG. I buy to keep forever, show off, have that, be like, oh yeah, this is my Commander collection green. I love it. And Jake is very same in that he does a little bit more of the market watching. You've seen a lot of his videos, and so you know how he interacts with the card market. But I would say anywhere from 50 to maximum 75. I really wouldn't pay much more than 75 for this product. And I would look around at your local game stores. I would say look at like an hour radius around you. If you're really FOMOing hard and you want this product, I would say number one, pump the brakes. Don't need to FOMO on this too hard, because we've already gone over in our first video about Commander Collection Green how you can acquire the cards that you want specifically that are in this pack just on the secondary market and not have to pay these prices. But if you do want this product, especially because there's some new art in there, you've got the green soul ring in there, and that's pretty cool. Look in a strong radius, whatever your travel radius is realistically around you at your local game stores. Call now, call tomorrow, call first thing tomorrow. Find out if they've got any copies. Find out if you can put one on hold.
See if they can set one aside. Yeah,
right. Yeah. Exactly, because
it really does take being vigilant about these kind of things. You don't want to wait on it because it is a product with very good cards, very desirable, very highly playable EDH cards, and when you have that kind of situation, people are going to chase the value. Like I said, Sylvan Library and Worldy Tutor are enough for people to justify that $50 price point. So I would imagine if any LGS is going to be selling this at a reasonable price, it's going to fly off the shelves and it will be a flash in the pan. And so as an MTG collector, as a enthusiast of any kind of fandom, it really does take knowing when it comes out, how to get it, how to acquire it, who you need to talk to, and wanting to get it. It's just like what we're seeing with PlayStations and Xboxes right now. It takes being an absolute vulture to be able to get your hands on this for a reasonable price.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Sylvan Library is the most expensive card in the set, right?
Yeah, for sure. And Sylvan Library reprinted in Eternal Masters and has since gone up in price just because it's one of these cards that's very mana efficient, has a very, very powerful effect. Yeah, I mean, so you're seeing
the Eternal Masters, right? Yeah. So $50. So maybe I'm misspeaking. I mean, $50 might just be this incredible, unicorn price for this product. That $75 price might be more fair than I actually considered it. I had no idea that Sylvan Library had grown this high.
Anytime for any reason in any set.
Right.
It used to have to be a master set, or if they did reprint it in a standard set, it used to have to be a functional reprint, or it needed to fit within the lore of the set. Now a card can be printed in Secret Lair, it can be printed on the list, it can be printed in whatever product for any reason at any point in time ever. So we can't underestimate the number of these that are going to make it into the secondary market, and the number of people that are scalping them and that kind of thing as well. But
looks like you can get a white border version for $30. Played, $35. Here's a Nonfoil from the set for $40, just under $40. So yeah, y'all, this is. This is a product that you don't need to FOMO out too hard about. Like Jake said, high target, high value reprints here. These are Commander staples. We know how hard they're going to go. I know that this was supposed to be the year of Commander, but I promise you we're in the forever of Commander now. And Wizards is going to be specifically targeting EDH players because they know they can make the money off of them. And they're a company. That's what they do. We're not blaming them for that, but you have to think like them and go, are we going to see these again? And the answer is yes. The other point I wanted to make,
50 to 70. That's my price. based on like what I'm seeing here, if you can get it between 50 and 70 and you do need the cards and you want the cards, then that's an excellent price. But don't break the bank and don't think that these are all going to shoot up immensely in price. I mean, will they likely appreciate because a lot of them are EDH staples? Sure, they probably will. But if you could be patient, then you can wait it out. You could buy them in the future in something else, but don't pay an egregious amount for this product, please.
The other part of this is, and we're going to make a video on this in the future. We're going to try and get some specialist experts in on the video, maybe to try and help us explain it. But the other thing is that the foil version of this is going to be wildly scarce. Honestly, unless you're an NFL player that buys a ton of MTG product and opens it up and shows it off on your Twitter, Cassius Marsh, maybe I don't think you're going to ever hold a foil version of this in your hands. If you're one of us or you're watching right now, unless
you have to go on eBay and buy it right now for that big markup
for a huge amount. Yeah, exactly. So you have to, for the store to get that version, you have to be one of their WPN premium stores. And like I said, we're going to make a video on what it takes to be a WPN store versus their premium version of this store. But the requirements and the checklist, there's an actual physical 4-page checklist of things that you have to do. And I'm talking down to like how many trash cans you have, what kind of tables you've got, bathrooms, you have to sell food and water, you have to be nearby certain other types of businesses, you have to, there's a requirement to
you have to be like a certain distance from like an interstate, right? Isn't that something you need to be like
something? I don't know. And don't take this video or us postulating about this right now, if that's the right word, as any kind of fact, because Jake and I have just started researching this, because
we might be reaching out to you, man. We might actually be like really for real. Like if you want to give us,
have a video in the future about that,
because it's the kind of thing that it's just like, you want. I get it as a company.
Of course, I'm not blaming them
scarcity.
For it.
You want hype. You want people to think, "Oh God, I can't find it. I gotta."
Well, and you want your premium stores to have friendly employees and well-kept calendars of events that are physical and digital. Jake, one of the requirements is that you have to have a computer station set up at the store that has Arena on it as a demo, and you can have access to like their event calendar, and they used to have what are called DCI numbers. I know, I'm a boomer. I had a DCI number before those went away. And there's a lot of requirements, is what I'm saying, to become a premium store, and they're very, very difficult. Yeah, I know they got rid of DCI. I for that reason, know 100% that the foil versions of these are going to be wildly scarce. The only place I'm probably ever going to even see the physical box of a Commander Collection Green foil version is at like a GP, hanging up far out of reach behind a vendor table, and with a $350 price tag on it.
It just feels like you need to be walking into like a super Apple store, where it's just like there's a ton of representatives there. Everything is super clean. All the tables are wooden. Everything is like equidistant from like a fire station and a police station, and it's like right in the middle of, I don't know. It just seems like a lot. It seems entirely unrealistic, and it just seems like Commander Collection Green foil is just entirely out of reach for a lot of people, and I guess
it's
that's
a premium
product. Yeah, 100%. It's just a different level of rarity on different level of rarity on something that's already rare. It's like,
to sort of button this up before we close the book, I would say target these between 50 and 75. If you can find a copy of Commander Collection Green non-foil for between $50 and $75, I think that's worth it. At $50, honestly, the Sylvan Library is paying for it. At $75, the Sylvan Library is paying for all but 25, and you're getting some other cool cards in addition.
The Worldy Tutor at that point is
Muse. Right. Worldy Tutor, the Freyalise, the Soul Ring that's got unique art, the Omnath, Bane of Progress is in there. You know, it is worth it between 50 and 75. Well,
it will never be available under
40.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And I don't expect it to ever be available under 40. Yeah, that seems like the right margins.
If you can get it cheaper than 50, I think it's a snap buy, honestly, even if you
100%.
weren't really thinking about it. If you've got expendable income and you see a copy of this for under $50, I would buy it just to throw it up on eBay for probably 20, 30 bucks more. It'll probably be, what, 10, 15 bucks to ship, Jake? You would be more of a subject matter expert on that.
Yeah. No, I think that's probably a reasonable... That sounds reasonable. Yeah.
Right. So honestly, but if you want it between 50 and 75, kind of wraps up our entire point on this. Jake, have you got any other last points about Commander Collection Green?
No, I think Card Shop has it right there. If they do more over the next 4 years, one per color, I think that's a nice like selling point as like in the long term. Once these have all come out, being able to sell one of each color is going to be really, really appealing. Don't expect to get the foil version of this. If you can get the regular version between 45 to 70 bucks, it seems like a reasonable price. Until next
absolutely.
time. Tapped out.
Jake's tapped out. I'm also tapped out. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know if you bought Commander Collection Green, and we'll catch you later.